Hello and welcome back to my channel. Hello, short order. How are you? Nice and early and quick. Yes, everything's happening. I don't know. I was cleaning up my computer and apparently I've deleted the whole policy settings on my computer. I'm doing really good. Maybe I shouldn't clean up my computer. It's changed. Good news is I did send in a video. I had to do a video to YouTube and I showed them around the podcast site and everything that I do there, but I don't know that I'm very convincing. But anyway, we'll see. It's really strange though, not going to do because what usually happens is I press record and then I've got to go into my dashboard and click monetize, and I don't have to do it at the moment. So Katie Joy is still talking about Gypsy. She also had a go. Oh, she also it has inserted herself into gymnastics, which I find to be quite fascinating and interesting. And she's posted, Gypsy Blanchard misses standing up for a doctor on Dr. Phil. Oh. Look, I worked out that it's probably 5 items out of the whole channel that could be questionable, which I think is a bit unfair. So here, she's got here.
A lot comes tumbling down at this point, right? Because he has you stand up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where was your mother at this point?
She was inside the room.
With you?
With me. He kind of held my hands, and I put some weight on my legs. And I think that gave him the inkling that this girl could walk. This girl is not paralyzed. She has muscle strength.
And how did your mother react to that?
She did not like him whatsoever. She was like, I'm not even bringing you back to see him. I'm switching doctors.
And then I tried to have her move and stand her up. And lo and behold, she was able to stand up.
Dr. Flasterstein said that your MRI results were normal. And he said that he asked you to stand up. And lo and behold, you stood up.
I don't recall that ever happening. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying that I know for damn sure if I would have stood up in any office, I would have had my ass chewed out. And that didn't happen.
Didi was not happy and got upset, took Gypsy by wheelchair, and she stormed out of the room. I was sitting there, I was amazed. Already I was suspicious based on the results of the MRI, the imaging studies, that this is Munchausen by proxy.
Flasterstein, a lot comes tumbling.
So she says, check out this lie by Gypsy Rose. So she's pulling out all of Gypsy's lies. I mean, wow, hey? In 2017, she admits she stood up in the doctor's office during an interview with Dr. Phil. By 2024, she denied that she ever stood up in a doctor's office. She implied the doctor was lying. The neurologist that treated Gypsy has never changed his story. His account is memorialized in medical records. He's the only doctor to accuse DD of faking Gypsy's paraplegia. And then someone says, oh, I missed the cult stuff. Didn't you say that you don't think DD had MPB? Your reporting is confusing. She said, so Harrison, what normally happens is you say, hello, how are you? And then then after about 5 or 10 minutes, you ask about getting a link posted straight out of context. Apparently Todd Chrisley posted an email address. Yes, there was, I believe. So she says, congratulations to Team USA gymnasts. I give you this win to you, not the athletes, not the USAG. Is that the Gymnastics Association? Is it? You persevered despite USAG's massive failure to their athletes. Congratulations to Simone Biles for becoming the most decorated female gymnast with 8 medals and 5 gold medals. Congratulations to Cecilia Lee for coming back from serious illness and injuries to help lead the way to this victory. Minnesota loves you. Congratulations to Jordan Charles, who competed in all 4 events and helped lead his team to victory. Congratulations to Jade Carey, who fought through illness to contribute to the team on her amazing vault performance. Congratulations to Hesley Rivera in her first Olympic Games as the youngest member of the team at age 16. Congratulations to all the women that are survivors of Larry Nassar and the abhorrent culture of fear and isolation that once permeated USAG. This win is for all the survivors that fought to hold USAG accountable and protect gymnasts. So, yes, she got onto this. Fortunately, Simone is the most decorated American gymnast, male or female. It doesn't matter whether you do male or female. I love this post, Katie Joy. The US women's gymnastics team is amazing. I bet you haven't been watching anything. I just watched the walk. Australia got bronze, which I was pretty happy about. She won't say, she probably won't tell you, but Simone Biles is a woman of faith, and has said that that's what's got her through her tough times. But Katie Joy wouldn't probably say that. Gymnastics federations around the world have had similar issues. In fact, one of the coaches of one of the gymnasts in Australia had their accreditation revoked. It was when it had turned out that they had a complaint made against them. So it's a tough one. Oh yeah. By the way, I've got to do. It says my appeal is under review. I'll get a response within 14 days. A human reviewer will watch all the appeal videos that adhere to our instructions. They'll reassess your channel again against our YouTube partner program. Once there is a decision, you'll get a response, apparently. So there you go. Did Gypsy Rose Blanchard actually need all of her surgeries? Earlier today, I was provided copies of medical records for review. Because, she's a doctor, right? She was provided, or does that mean she bought them? Related to Gypsy Rose Blanchard's criminal case against her mother, interviews conducted by Gypsy in the defence have floated the idea that all of Gypsy's medical procedures were unnecessary. However, this doesn't appear to be the case. Because she's a doctor, right? Where's our Peter's not here to do our list. Multiple sleep studies have found that Gypsy was hyperventilation at night. That means she was unable to expel enough carbon dioxide at night, which led to her oxygenation levels dipping. She was treated. Peer review to Katie is just peering at them and Googling a lot. She was treated for several months at a sleep clinic, which tested her for the CPAP. Well, the CPAP is for sleep apnea. After sleep panic, with the CPAP was conducted, the hyperventilation improved and oxygen levels increased. This is why she got her CPAP. According to the records, Gypsy was also dealing with hyposalivation, which was causing her choking and coughing. A feeding and swallow study found that Gypsy was choking and coughing on almost all substances that they had her swallow. She reported to doctors that felt like her throat couldn't open. She had multiple feeding and swallow studies. Bodicius says her stepmother counts the feeding tube changes the surgery. It's not. They usually teach you to do this at home. Gypsy was in feeding therapy, but this could not resolve the issue. A G-tube was eventually placed for failure to thrive, history of severe reflux and swallowing difficulties. Gypsy was also waking up coughing at night and choking on her saliva. In the clinic, her hypersalivation with Botox. They began treating her hypersalivation with Botox. She received Botox in the salivary glands for years, and she reported improvement to doctors. When the Botox stopped working, doctors made the decision to remove one set of the 3 sets of salivary glands. She has 2 sets remaining. The removal of the glands greatly improved her symptoms. Gypsy still coughs frequently when she speaks. She claims that she has a dry mouth. However, the coughing is something that she's dealt with her whole life due to hypersalivation. Gypsy is diagnosed with microcephaly. She does have a large microdeletion on the IQ21 chromosome, which is known to cause congenital abnormalities. The muscle biopsy found in muscle weakness, but not muscular dystrophy. Also, the records show that nearly half of the surgeries were performed in Louisiana. Most were performed. Hello, Mama Kay. Didn't she say that she was given hundreds of pages of GIs at the full set by someone? Yes, she did. She did. And when someone said that they had thousands, she disputed that. She said she'd seen them all. Now she's saying, anyway. In Missouri, Gypsy had ear tubes placed after she had a ruptured eardrum. She also had her teeth extracted due to cavities. Her teeth had significant cavities and were decaying. There is no suggestion that this was the result of medications. She had no major surgeries after 2002 or 2003. Once they got to Missouri, Dee didn't take Gypsy in as much after she was diagnosed with her microdeletion in 2011. She all but stopped the doctor shopping. Dee is not a carrier for the deletion. Rod was never tested, and the doctor's notes say that he couldn't be reached. Rod has not been tested for the deletion to this day. Dee did exaggerate and lie. She changed birth dates and diagnosis depending upon who she saw, but almost all of those were related to Gypsy's walking issues. It is unknown if she had seizures because the reports showed normal EEGs, but the first reported seizure was when Gypsy was 3 months old. She wasn't on any drugs. You'd be shocked to see the records. And then someone says, anything new to report on the dance cult? I agree. Has anything new happened? It's about a few people being dishonest to many. Let's give Gypsy a rest. She should be back in prison soon. And if she's carrying a child, it will be free. It will be free of her for a while to thrive on the outside. Is this KJ's medical opinion? Because I wasn't aware. Well, that's what I said. When she's got medical, she just says here, earlier today I was provided copies of medical records for review related to Gypsy's criminal case against her mother for review. When did she become the doctor? When did she become a doctor? Because I must have missed that. Why on earth? They can't have a new trial unless there is new evidence. But she took a plea deal, which is, it'd be nearly almost impossible to get. I don't think that if you take a plea deal, they can do you again. Yeah, but it says, why don't you post about Nick? His team are studying 2254 habeas corpus petition in Missouri, which allows inmates to challenge their sentence. Someone says, I mean, he still did the crime, even if he did it for a woman he loved. He's still guilty. Autism doesn't mean they're dumb, and it is an excuse. Yes, but he was just a player in that. So she's a lawyer, a doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, etc. Correct. So I don't know why she would be saying I had the records given to me for review, because why? Who is she? Then it says Harry Potter scavenger hunt with Janelle, Gwendolyn, and B. Again, this is just random. Now would be the time to talk 7M because KJ can't, obviously, but there is something she hasn't mentioned. Why is she not talking about 7M anymore? Very interesting. Unless I see a medical doctor commenting on medical records, which is unlikely, then it's all what KJ reports, and we know what a reliable reporter she is. Yeah. Or unless she shows the medical records. Now, remember how I said at the time when this was all coming out, don't be surprised if Gypsy had possibly muddled it, was lying about her dates, or anyway, it looks like people are saying that it was April. Gypsy is lying about her pregnancy timeline, and multiple sources have told me the tea. Back in mid-April, it was quite obvious. Multiple friends of Gypsy received a text message of a positive pregnancy test. Ryan Anderson said that he received a similar text from Gypsy in April. He said on the show that Gypsy didn't know who fathered the child. The news began circulating. Hello, Jay. Your daughter's article was very well written. I am very proud. That's why I'm sharing it with everybody. I'm hoping she can get a job out of it from a publication. So he said on the show that Gypsy didn't know who fathered the child. The news began circulating not only in the family but also in prison. Gypsy allegedly told multiple inmates about the pregnancy. In May, Gypsy told friends that she'd conceived in May and that Ken was the father. She claimed her pregnancy test in April was false positive. Her friends do not buy her claims. Like Ryan, none of them received a new pregnancy test confirming the pregnancy. They believe that she was pregnant in April. They also suspect the father is Ryan. Well, look, we said that, but somebody said, I'm 100% certain. I know for a fact Ryan isn't the father. One friend suggested that she changed the date so that Ken wouldn't leave her. They suspect that Ken might not have been inclined to get back together if she was pregnant with Ryan's child. Ryan isn't sure the paternity, but said he will have to take a paternity test under law. My sources say that Ryan is unlikely to claim the child while the divorce is pending. If he were to say he was the father, he'd be ordered to pay child support. He believes he's likely to play it cool, not push the issue unless it's confirmed. Either way, it's on par for Gypsy Rose, lying for attention and manipulating everyone along the way. I watch her flip-flop on that one as well, Joe. Yeah, of course. The dates just didn't match up. And it had nothing to do with, it had to do with the fact that Katie Joy was adamant. That's why we joked she had to have been in the bedroom with them to know. Someone says, I think Ryan would be more vocal about not knowing if it was his or not. I don't know. This is exactly how KJ believes. She's your best friend and swatting you the next. So and apparently there were other people there was allegedly other guys as well. So it could be somebody else. So this is, as I said, she now apparently, it's a wonder she hasn't given us her rundown on the gymnastics routine. I saw the preliminaries. We're going to have a look at this one. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's explosive fight with stepmom. This is why I'd be very worried if I was the person that gave her the information last night, and we will just have to wait and see when or if. Well, I've still got my money. I shouldn't say that, but I would still not be surprised if she has a miscarriage at some point in time. And I wouldn't also be surprised, if she's not pregnant either. But, I don't know where Kay gets all these lives from. I'm too busy to sit around and wait for people to go live so I can record them, but nobody saves their lives. Hello, Vidandra. And then I'm going to show you something else because I saw something else that I thought was quite interesting. And actually, let's do that first. Let's do that first before we get to this one. Let me do it. Well, it's vindictive. That's why if you were going to say, if you were to, and don't forget with public figures, you have to show malice. So if Gypsy was to sue, you've got your malice. Oh, really? I don't watch her. She's already mentioned on the live she's cramping and spotting. That's what some are saying. I don't watch her TikTok for a fact. Well, that's right. As I said, I would not be surprised. But then I saw another clip of her buying maternity clothes. And I thought, gee, that's Hayley Joylets. Now, there's something in here. This was her birthday the other day. And there was something in here. There was something that happened in this. Well, a couple of things that made my skin crawl. A couple of things that were really, really weird. So let's see. Let's watch this. It says Gypsy's birthday post a few days later. I guess she decided it was time to come out of hiding.
Good morning, everybody. So it is my birthday today, and I'm spending my morning watching episodes of my favorite TV show, Once Upon a Time. All right. Come back later when I'm awake. All right.
She seems to be following what her PR company is saying. If you know, about doing these videos and stuff. Again, I can't be bothered. You're not going to ever get ready for me because usually I dawdle too much and I have to get ready in a hurry to head out the door.
All right, so this is my birthday attire. Simple jeans, white tank top, and these custom-made sneakers by Brush by Sove.
I don't know how all these people think KJ's an honest person. A lot of us have worn many people, and yet they don't look at her history. Now, she got custom-made sneakers made.
Adorable.
So, the company is Brush by Sove. You do with that whatever you will. You do with that whatever you want to do.
All right. Stay tuned for more of my birthday. Okay, so Mia, if you have one thing to tell me on my birthday for words of wisdom.
I'd want to do my research and make sure I wasn't making a huge mistake. Well, that's how we've discovered a lot of this, because we looked at the timeline of stuff. And get ready for me. From me would be pointless. I'm not going anywhere. Well, that's a cool short order.
What is it?
Oh Lord, you put on the spot right now. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your mind healthy, and think before you say and do, please.
Her sister, you're laughing, but she's seriously and embarrassed by you. She says, think before you say and do. That's what her sister told her to do.
What about you, Gigi?
Oh God. Let's see. Always be true to yourself. Never change because you want somebody else to change you. And always just be as you are. And know that God loves you.
I like that. What about you, Mom?
Did you hear that? A woman that she didn't want to stay at her dad and stepmom's house because she didn't really know them. She didn't feel comfortable, but have a listen to what she called her.
What about you, Mom?
I second everything that they said.
She called her stepmother Mum. This is somebody that she married Ryan so she didn't have to live with because she didn't feel comfortable. Now, according to that, again, I mean that was what KJ said, has said. So I mean that doesn't make any sense. I don't know many people that call their step parents mum and dad unless they've known them since they were very, very young, or they've raised them. Well, that's right, Christy and Roger Strangers. That's right. That's what I'm saying, Mama Kay. Why would you?
I second everything that they said.
I second that.
Think before you speak.
How embarrassing.
Remember?
Tell her to think before to sleep. I think with her history, I'd be worried if she called me mum, sleep with the door locked and a pew loaded. Well, see, that's the thing. I as well. That's why I question when she says people contacting her. I think she's getting people to contact her. So that was the first thing that rang up, that I went, oh, that's a bit odd. Right, keep going.
That what you put out in the universe, good vibes comes back to you, bad vibes come back. Stay true to yourself.
I like that. Thank you. All right, we are at the restaurant.
Meet the banana nut bread.
Hi.
Vacation Bible.
Say hi.
Oh, hey.
Gigi.
Hey, my love.
Yes, I did.
I know who that is.
All right, where are we going?
We're going to the Ritz, baby.
We're going.
Where did Ken go? A couple of things. Where's Ken got the money to go to the Ritz? To take her to the Ritz? I take that one step and say she just watches other creators' videos and posts and cherry picks information. Well, that's a good.
Going to the Ritz,
We're going to the Ritz. For birthday dinner.
and we're gonna have birthday dinner. And what else are we gonna have?
Does birthday dessert?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I kind of almost tripped you there, but I make cake.
Yes.
Yes, cake.
Gypsy paid, of course. Well, I mean, where else would an unemployed man get money from, eh?
And then we're gonna go see Deadpool after.
All right, so we are at the Ritz-Carlton for my birthday dinner.
Again, here isn't, so not only, so I went, oh, this is a bit strange, going to the Ritz. It gets stranger things.
So I know you don't like seafood, but how do you feel about trying the blue crab beignets?
No.
No? Okay, there's literally nothing on this appetizer.
I'm gonna have the Caesar salad.
Okay, great.
So he knows she doesn't eat seafood, and he just said there's nothing on the appetizers menu that you can eat. So why would you take somebody somewhere if they don't eat the food that's on the menu and they're going, oh, they've gone to the Ritz to have a Caesar salad?
Same.
Okay. Tell me again, what's the difference between a Caesar salad and the other kinds of salads?
Caesar salad is just, it's got Caesar dressing. So it's a salad but with Caesar dressing. Therefore, it's Caesar salad. I honestly don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right, I think I'll just get the Caesar salad and be happy with that.
She doesn't eat seafood but loves gumbo, which is seafood. Makes no sense at all, right?
Julius Caesar himself made the Caesar salad. Well, it's got romaine lettuce and Parmesan cheese and anchovies and croutons.
Did he say romaine lettuce? Romaine?
And anchovies and croutons. It's all. Well, it's got romaine lettuce and Parmesan cheese and anchovies and croutons. It's always what a Caesar salad is.
I like
And
croutons.
the wedge is gonna have
I don't know which one.
like tomatoes and avocado and all other kinds of stuff added in.
Okay.
And then the Nola salad, I've never heard of.
Maybe that's just like a special
It's a special
New Orleans style
It's got
salad.
goat cheese, which is pretty good.
I don't like goat cheese. I have tried goat cheese and I don't like it. All right, Ken. So on my 33rd birthday, what advice do you have for me?
Grow up. If they are ordering salad, Gypsy must have overspent. Oh, and oat and anchovies are seafood. But why would you, as I said, why would you go take someone to the Ritz if you can't eat the menu, if they cannot eat the menu? It seems a bit stupid myself.
Stay away from the negativity, negative voices, and have all the faith and trust in your loved ones in your circle, and just keep going forward. We're here for you.
I like that.
All right, so here's what they ate. Here we go.
Happy
There you go. Did you see that? If I went to the Ritz, I wouldn't be having they went to the Ritz. I wouldn't be having that. I probably was at the Ritz-Carlton, New Orleans. I don't know. They didn't say that. They didn't say which Ritz it was. It was just Ritz. Possibly.
Happy birthday, Gyps. Ready? Happy 33rd birthday, Gypsy. I love you.
Happy.
You want me to sing?
No.
Yay! Woo! Happy birthday, baby.
There you go. Wasn't that cringe? That was a bit cringeworthy, right? So there you go. So there was a few things that, as I said, she called her stepmother mum. And this is somebody, as I said, KJ has said that she didn't know very well and didn't feel comfortable that she married Ryan so she didn't have to live with them. Yet she calls her mum. That doesn't sound like that adds up either. So anyway. All right. So here is her latest video. Speed this up and I will put subtitles on. She went there as a flex. I would not be happy if I was taken somewhere with stuff I couldn't eat. Bet they paid $50 for the romaine lettuce, croutons, and tiny fish. Yes.
Do you have any advice on self-love? Yeah, I mean, I have lots of thoughts on self-love. Because I mean, shoot, it's taken me a hot minute to figure it out.
Do you have any advice on self-love?
Lots of thoughts on self-love. Because I mean, shoot, it's taken me a hot minute to figure it out. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. For a long time, I didn't love myself. I didn't know where to begin loving myself. And I think that comes with time. I think when you have been pushed to your last wits, and everything around you, you realize you can't really rely upon to the fullest extent, or at least the only person that you feel that you can trust is yourself. And so to give yourself self-love, self-trust, self-worth, you lose what you built on someone else. You built it on someone else's personality. You didn't build yourself, you built them up.
But your mother gave you everything you could have wanted and more.
And so it's so important to know your level of importance of your own self.
I'm looking at the menu and there are other things for self. Okay, well that's interesting, short order, because we just saw what he said, and they had Caesar salad. How much was it, short order? I'm just going to have a look at it now. I mean, plus if you were going to go there, you may as well have gone as, let's have a look. Ooh, I'm just having a look. Watch the video. Her video. Oh, no. Notice how bloated she appears sitting down when she stands up. Oh, wow. Ooh. I found the bistro's menu. I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh, is it? Well, I haven't seen the video. This is just Katie. She's just shared some of it. So I haven't seen it. Hello, Evie Hope. All right, here we go. Here is a menu. So, salads. See, oh yeah, there's no menu. There's no, oh, wait on. Is it up there? No. Oh, it doesn't have a price on it. Small 10 wedge salad, small. Doesn't say how much that one is. You could have got Well, that doesn't have prices, but the Nola salad is $9 for small, large 18. She could have had duck, and she could have had bone-in chicken for $37. Seafood gumbo, it was a bowl for $18. $75, was it? Can't see that. Yeah. It just says lettuce, croutons, anchovies. And then they had wedges, so they had to get some wedges from somewhere. Oh, it's $75 for a Caesar salad. Wow. So they got one each. Well, you know what? The chicken would have been cheaper. $37. Wild mushroom, sauteed spinach, sweet potatoes, marsala sauce, or a braised short rib was $44. The steak was $46. You're going for a mosquito meat pie? What was that? Oh, it's only an entree. The appetizers, yes, the salads. Anyway, I reckon the chicken looks all right. So that's the dinner one. Or did I pick the dinner? I thought I did. Oh yeah, dinner. It's a dinner from the. So that's from the paella. Yeah. So all right, I'm just going to run to the bathroom while this plays. Just bear with me for a minute. Oops. I'll just take that back.
Trust, self-worth, you lose what you built on someone else. You built it on someone else's personality. You didn't build yourself, you built them up. And so it's so important to know your level of importance of your own self. You have 2 feet, you could stand on it.
Hi friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, July 31st, 2024, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Yesterday, I let you guys know that news broke that Gypsy had been cited, that's right, cited by her probation officer or parole officer for speaking to her friends that she left back in Chillicothe Women's Correctional Facility. Obviously, Gypsy is one.
So just 2 salads, basically lettuce, etc. Cost them $150. Okay, small Caesars. $18, $9 at lunchtime. Okay. Oh, you were looking at the lunch menu. Anyway.
One that loves to play narratives and loves to get out in front of things. And so she went live last night. She didn't address any of it, but she did mention in her live stream that she doesn't live with Ken. She hasn't moved in with Ken, and she just stays with him every so often. She was also at her parents' house, and apparently her room was quite messy. She admitted she will have to raise her child at her parents' house, but she claimed that her PO was allowing her to spend some time at Ken's. She also took a little bit of aim at her ex-husband Ryan for going live and not being respectful about Ken, even though Ken was the one in the same live stream sending Mr. Ryan flowers and roses. All right.
Do you have an Amazon wish list or anything we could show you some appreciation? No, I haven't at the moment, Jay. I don't know. I guess I could give you my PayPal, but that's about all. Yeah, I don't have a wish list or anything.
So this video is actually twofold. Gypsy is getting a lot of heat because I showed you all the PR strategy that they have. They're going to try for an influencer. In her live stream last night, Gypsy tried to change directions and claim that she wanted a completely different job. She said she didn't want a job that would be associated with being an influencer, but instead she wants to do this. Check it out.
What is my dream career? I mean, honestly, I would like to go into like activities coordinator. So like I spent a long time and a lot of time of my life in children's hospitals. And I've seen that they have like each hospital has an activities coordinator for like a movie night, a bingo.
I want to also show you something interesting. Hey, I've had a little bit too much time on my hands, so I've been waiting around. Right, so this is Gypsy's link tree, right? And it says Gypsy Rose Blanchard, public figure, author, social media influence, and advocate. And she's got an Amazon storefront. So that's what her link tree says. There you go. Public figure, author, social media influencer, advocate. So she's got baby items on here. Oops. My favorite baby products and future wish list, and her self tanners. So she earns a commission. I do have a storefront myself. This is my storefront. I've got nothing there at the moment. Oh, I've got one on study and one on planner items, which I'm building up, but I'm getting there. I forgot that I had it. I forgot I had a storefront. I was just trying to put some ducks in a row today. And I realized that I needed to tidy up some of my links. So anyway, according to her link tree, she's a social media influencer. So hey, I was just at the I was just looking at the Ritz-Carlton New Orleans. They should have been here. Cheetah's booth. Escaping to one of the 3 plush booths. Choose from Stella, Desire, or Blanche. That would have been perfect for Gypsy and Ken, wouldn't it? Cheetah's booth. Because whether she likes it or not, she's still a cheater.
I would like to go into like activities coordinator. So like I spent a long time and a lot of time of my life in children's hospitals. And I've seen that they have like each hospital has an activities.
It is, isn't it? It is. I just happened to pull up the page and there it was. The cheetah's booth.
Coordinator for like a movie night, a bingo night. They would bring like therapy dogs to the hospital. So I'd like to be like the one that like coordinates all that stuff and plans fun stuff for the kids to do, you know?
Because Gypsy's getting called out because she's trying to be an influencer, I find it interesting now that she's trying to hide now behind wanting to help kids, right? She's claiming that she wants to work with sick children in a hospital and plan activities for them. I don't know that she would be hired by any hospital due to the fact that she has a felony conviction for unaliving her mother.
Just the way that she says that, there is such venom in that voice. Such venom.
I'm pretty confident that specific conviction would probably eliminate her from holding any position working with children, which kind of begs the question, how is she even going to be able to be a parent with that kind of conviction? I recognize people get out all the time and people move on and do stuff, but that's a very serious conviction. And Gypsy has to date really minimized her role.
That was a classic, wasn't it? But oh, if I lived closer, I'd do something and like make a booking for them in their name, something for the cheaters room or something. And anyway, no, I shouldn't put ideas into people's heads. I don't want to be responsible for that. But you know what I mean? That was just, yeah. It was just, I just was scrolling. So here is the bit. So I was just scrolling down the bistro, which we all looked at, and the lounge and the in-room dining, the spa cafe, and then private dining, the cheaters booths. Oh dear. Look at oh. Do we want Desiree or Stella or Desire? Oh look, you can have more than 2 people. You can have 20 people. You can have up to 20 people. So it says, choose from Stella, Desire, or Blanche. Thank you for being a friend. Relax with a group of your friends while dining and enjoying the sounds of Jeremy Davenport as you feel like a true VIP. Reservations are highly recommended. Cheetah's boots. I want to see a picture of it. No, guest with sweets, no. Services, dining. Let's see if we can find it. I want to see the cheetah's room. Oops, sorry, cheetah's booth. Oh dear. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Davenport Lounge. Katie, that's right. That's the oh. Here we go. Yes, there is a wine room as well. They could go together. There you go. That's the cheetah's room. I bet when the bill came, Gypsy expected some kind of don't you know who I am? I'm afraid was expecting to. There you go. That's the cheetah's booth. They could even draw the curtains, hey? There you go, the cheetah's booth. Oh, guess what? I just got an email come through. Oh, that's funny. I just got my monetization back. I just got an email. Just this. Here you go. Look. Oh, hang on. There we go. I've just got just this second. maybe that's what they used. So my channel memberships have been unpaused by people. So thank you for those of you that have stuck around and hung in there with me. Oh, it says, finish setup, monetize my videos. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can all do that. Now, here's the thing, right? YouTube can finish doing it, right? And it says, so it does it, but it does it as default. Yes. All of my existing videos. I'm going to monetize them all. Now I have to be careful again. Look. Oh, no, that's my unlisted one. I did a, oh, look, they limited me for my slamming them. They're updating all my videos at the moment by the looks of it. Yeah. Wait before making another blog update. Hello, Peter. Yeah, so there you go. Oh dear. All right, so we've got the cheaters booth. Well, now I have to be good as well. So the cheaters booth at New Orleans. We discovered, Peter, I don't know how long you've been watching for, but we discovered that the place that Gypsy and whatever his name is went to has a cheaters booth, and we thought that would have been perfect for them. See, when I come, good things happen. Yes. All right.
Pretty confident that specific conviction would probably eliminate her from holding any position working with children, which kind of begs the question, how is she even going to be able to be a parent with that kind of conviction? I recognize people get out all the time and people move on and do stuff, but that's a very serious conviction. And Gypsy has to date really minimized her role, minimized her responsibility in what she did, and has continuously deflected and tried to blame her co-defendant for all of it, even though she's the one that basically convinced him to do it for her and told him that it was the only way that they could actually be together.
I just got on. I was wondering why you were booking hotels. Yeah, well, they went to the Ritz-Carlton and got us and could only have a Caesar salad apparently.
He kept resisting, as I told you yesterday. She convinced him she was pregnant. Then she said that she had a miscarriage, blamed the miscarriage on her mother for changing her feeding tube. And then came the unaliving of Dee Dee Blanchard. She had a lot of opportunities to just leave.
That's why I'm wondering whether she's not going to pretend that, well, she's not going to say she's miscarried. When things start to get a bit heated, why things are heating up, I wonder whether she will
leave and to not actually be a part of that crime and to just leave, call the police, or just walk away. But part of me believes the reason why she didn't was because her and her mom were involved in a fraud scheme that even though Gypsy has claimed that she wasn't sick and she didn't know that she wasn't sick, she actually did know by the time she was an adult that she could walk. She knew that she could eat. She also knew that she didn't have cancer. Though she claims that she didn't know that until she got that from her doctor or from her lawyer, and she didn't have seizures. Here's the thing. She said in an interview years ago, she said her lawyer told her that she was otherwise healthy. It's weird how a lawyer, like literal lawyer who's not a doctor, could tell her that she's healthy when.
And we needed you this morning, sorry, not this morning, earlier when Katie said that she had been given Gypsy's medical records to advise on. We needed the list of all her qualifications again.
And a doctor is a doctor and a lawyer is a lawyer. She has had doctor's appointments and she claims she has no issues, although that's not true. We already know that she has a microdeletion, and that was confirmed in 2011 through a blood test by a genetics doctor in Missouri. So she wants to work with children. That's her new grift. And that actually makes me very, very, very scared. It also makes me very, very scared for her to have a child. So as you know, Gypsy's going through a divorce, and she was actually in court a couple days ago. There was a hearing for incidental matters in the case against her husband, Ryan. What I think is really strange is I just checked the notes of this case, and Ryan was live on Sunday night, and he was talking all kinds of mess about Ken, and he was defending Gypsy, and he was claiming that Gypsy was still in love with him. The next week, he said that he had to go to work, and school was going to be going back, and so teachers have to get ready for the school year. At that hearing on Monday morning, he was not there, nor was his attorney. In fact, no one from his side was represented in the court. So Gypsy testified along with her stepmother, which is very weird. Why is her stepmother inserting herself into Gypsy's divorce? Regardless, the notes from the court case say this. It says Gypsy Rose was present and represented by her attorney. The defendant, Ryan, was absent and unrepresented by counsel. The introduction of evidence began with the testimony of Gypsy Rose Anders, Christy Blanchard, and Jenny Armand, with the entire record filed into evidence. The court, for reasons orally assigned, granted the termination of community property. Ms. Giroux will prepare and submit reflecting the court's ruling. No one was there from his side to testify, and they basically terminated all property, community property, meaning as of Monday, they don't own anything jointly together. That part of the divorce is over. They're not divorced yet, but their community property is severed. So Ryan didn't even show up Ryan's attorneys didn't show up and no one testified for Ryan. It's weird that he avoided service. He's dodging service. He clearly doesn't want a divorce, and he's making this very hard for her. And when he's supposed to show up at court, which this is in court 2 hours away from where Ryan lives, there and no one's representing him. This is a man that's supposedly a teacher. You would think this guy would actually be more responsible.
I literally didn't know.
I think he's like honestly just trying to hurt her by not going through the divorce. And listen, I'm not on Gypsy's side, but it's irresponsible not to show up for court. And he knew that court was happening. So
how do you know that he knew that court was happening? I do agree with her about her stepmother putting her nose in. Her stepmother was the one that put her nose, was the one that put her hooked up with. Why is anyone scared of Harley Duck KJ Ken? Yes, she did say he wasn't a teacher, correct? She has said that.
I think it's weird that Christy is actually testifying here and why Christy would need to testify about Gypsy's marriage and her community property. However, there were contracts here that Gypsy and Ryan signed. The book, they were for the show, they were with Lifetime. Okay, for the 2 separate series, the and Life After Lockup. And then she has a book coming out in January. So Christy's involvement in financials is interesting. Christy is where Gypsy lives, but Christy's hands have been all over Gypsy's money for years. And I have some tea for you about this. Now, a lot of you that are not new to the story know that Gypsy had a falling out with her stepmom, and it was because she was accusing her stepmom of exploiting her for money and being basically just like.
How does she know he wasn't advised by attorneys not to show up? Well, that's right. We don't know. We don't know anything. We know nothing. It's bizarre. That's all I can say. It's just very bizarre.
Like her mother. In fact, she actually got mad at Christy and she sent an email to friends saying, "This message is to my closest friends and family. Due to differences in opinions and life choices, my stepmother, Christy Blanchard, and I are no longer on speaking terms. I'm asking that the updates that I choose to share with a very select few on how I'm doing be kept private and stay within an A to B conversation. I do not want any new updates on my current life events or how I am doing on a daily, getting back to Christy or Francesca Maselli Fancy. I'm trying to keep some order and maintain some privacy in my life, and I will not share my life with people who exploit me for fame and attention for themselves. Thank you. Hugs, Gypsy." Now, she and her stepmother reconciled a month later once Christy cut ties with this Fancy Maselli, who is the blogger that she was suing for defamation. And that case was dismissed because they sued in the wrong place, and Gypsy has not refiled that case literally anywhere. So
again, Christy was having somebody doing her bidding. Just like the Wilkins, I'm getting some bad vibes from Gypsy's stepmother. Strange. I wonder if Gypsy feels that KJ is exploiting her for money. I'm just getting some strange vibes. I don't know how you felt it.
Oh, that was what she was saying about Christy back then. That all she wanted was to exploit me for fame and for attention and for money. Well, I told you yesterday about someone that was friends with Gypsy and how Gypsy was communicating with people in jail, and she wasn't supposed to be communicating with people in jail, and she was talking to her friends, and she was doing all kinds of things that were violating her conditions of her parole. And that friend told me that we were comparing notes is what I'm going to say here, because I was having conversations with Christy and Christy was telling me things about Gypsy that were very negative. Okay. And then I asked her what Gypsy was telling her about Christy. And what we've concluded is that these two women that on the surface and in the public are saying that they love each other and that she's like my mom. It's not that way behind closed doors. So this is what I can share. I spoke to Christy on the phone, and you can all believe me or not, but I was friendly with her for years. And this was a couple weeks ago after I had been very concerned about Gypsy's behavior online. And I was disagreeing with the fact that they were profiting so blatantly and not helping anyone, and disagreed with the way that she was fighting with people, disagreed with things that she's saying, disagreeing with some of her language. There was a lot she was doing that I just did not agree with. I also didn't agree with them spending so much time going after haters. I just thought it was like, why are you spending all this time worried about what other people say? Then it occurred.
Well, yeah, well, that's right. Because we're not there, and we don't know why he did. But I mean, I also know that if he was a teacher, he wouldn't have wanted to miss the first day of school either. Yes, I'm going to be researching Louisiana, which, like, I find it to be very interesting because at the end of the day, there's adultery or infidelity. How on earth could that? Because it sounds like they've made it.
Occurred to me they're doing that because the people that are actually speaking about them that they don't like are kind of telling the truth. Now, Fancy has a capacity to like see things very differently than me. She does have some things right in her view, but other views we don't have the same opinion. But Fancy has medical records that really disprove a lot of what Gypsy and Christy have said for years about what happened to Gypsy, and using this to frame the narrative of why Dee Dee was a horrible person. And so they don't want anyone to see those records because they don't want people to know that the Munchausen's by proxy concept was floated by the defense as a theory. It wasn't necessarily ever diagnosed because she died. She can't be diagnosed for something once she's dead. Her patterns by experts don't necessarily fit all the prongs of what's
Oh, she's another expert now.
called Munchausen's by proxy because she wasn't actually making her daughter sick. She was exaggerating. What she was doing was called malingering by proxy, which is fraud. She was trying to get people to give her things based on false diagnoses to get attention and free gifts. So they don't, and that's not to say that Dee Dee was a good mom. Fraud is wrong. Making your daughter fake things is wrong. Making your daughter, go to doctor's appointments and not stand up and not do anything and putting her hands over her ears so she can't talk, none of that's okay. Telling doctors your daughter is cognitively impaired when there's no evidence to support it. There's a lot of things Dee Dee did that were just atrocious. But the surgeries, many of them weren't actually because
where Christy was in and she would post about Gypsy, and it was weird as being someone who was not a person Gypsy even knew. Hello, SD. So that's why I'm saying this. None of this makes sense. When you see on that birthday video, she refers to Christy's mum. It seemed to just flow. It wasn't as like it didn't seem fake or anything.
Gypsy didn't need them. She actually had valid reasons, and doctors had valid reasons for them. So they've been able to, Christy and Gypsy, through the defense strategy, create a narrative that completely discounts Gypsy's responsibility in the crime, frames Nick as the perpetrator, and then her the victim of Dee Dee, thus being the victim of both of them and the victim of all of it. When the truth is, she was a victim of child abuse to an extent by her mom. And yes, she had a very controlling mother. And yes, her mother committed fraud. And yes, none of that is okay, right? But that doesn't excuse unaliving anyone. I asked the friend, back in 2019, Gypsy had made comments that Christy was exploiting her. And she felt like Christy was being like her mom, using her for money. And I said, did Gypsy ever mention that to you?
Funny how Hello Foxy, all of her opinions are just a regurgitation of Becca Scoop's videos. So for all of you that are members, have you got your members badges back yet? We need to consider this. Well, that's right. That's why I'm saying, according to what she's saying.
Did she ever say anything to you about Christy, about what Christy was after, what she wanted? And the friend said that Gypsy allegedly told her that she's well aware that Christy is using her for money, that Christy is after fame and money, and that she's around for fame and money. But Gypsy wants fame and money too. So it's like they're in the same kind of dynamic she had with her mother. So Gypsy and her mom, Dee Dee, were part of a con once she became an adult, where she basically pretended like she couldn't walk, even though she knew she could, and she knew she didn't have cancer. Now she's putting up a fraud with her stepmother, acting like some of the stuff that she went through as a child wasn't necessary when it was, and then perpetuating a theory for a defense attorney, it's never been diagnosed, a theory, and put that theory out as fact when it's not a fact. Gaslighting the public into believing that Gypsy had no other choice, thus creating sympathy for Gypsy and making everyone feel like she couldn't have done anything else.
She's got her knickers in a knot. She's got her, or as we would say, she's got her undies in a twist over Gypsy at the moment. Knickers in a twist.
So she's really in many ways doing the same con that she had with Dee Dee, but now she's employing Christy. But she has the same harsh feelings about Christy, apparently, as she did her mom. They are butting heads on a lot of things. That's what the friend said. And part of the reason why Gypsy bounced from, Ryan to Ken was because she really doesn't want to live in a house with Christy and Rod. I mean, she's 32. Who wants to live with their parents? Or she's 33 now. So she isn't a huge fan of Christy because she thinks she's exploiting her. She thinks she's using her for money and that she's only after her for fame. That's the mindset of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She thinks everyone's after her for fame and everyone wants her money. So what I was actually told on the flip side of Christy is things aren't so peachy between her and Gypsy. She told me, and again, like both of these women lie, so you can just do whatever you want with this. But she had been discussing with me about how Gypsy has been making the family and everyone's life around them chaotic. It's been extremely difficult to navigate.
Oh, hasn't shown up how to get memberships yet? All right, let's see if I can find that for you. See whether this works.
And manage her impulsivity, her bad choices, the fact that she's basically online starting a fire and then another fire starts and then another fire starts and they don't even have time to put out one fire before another fire starts. Now, this is true to a point, but Christy's also online with Gypsy starting fires with her best friend, Bree. So some of the comments that Gypsy has made online regarding her sex life with Ken have been very frustrating to the family, specifically her sister, Mia, who thinks it's really just doesn't agree with the fact that the infidelity, doesn't agree with cheating, thinks marriage is more serious than a piece of paper. And so Gypsy got in big trouble for making this comment about this very gross sexual comment about oral copulation with Ken. And apparently that resulted in a huge fight. And she said that she had to get in Gypsy's face and they were screaming and yelling at each other. And then Gypsy told her that she was being like her mother. Kind of like what Gypsy did on the show.
Thank you, Jay. Welcome.
Gypsy
Welcome to being a member. That's great. Thank you.
Brian by talking about her sex life on the show. And then when Brian confronted her about it, she immediately said, "You're being just like my mother." Apparently, they are also very well aware of the fact that Gypsy has severe antisocial personality issues and doing very narcissistic antisocial things like pitting people against each other, finding glory in drama, getting people to get mad at each other, pitting people against each other, and lacking remorse for any of her actions. And as Christy told me, Gypsy can lie to your face with no conscience.
That's right. With Robert, she
will
did
only
lie, but
backtrack.
Gypsy Christie did. So now she's left Seven and Emmeline and going after Gyp Gyp. She's not happy unless she's mad at someone. Correct. And unless they bite back. And the best thing that Shin did was not actually give her any airtime. Not even. She got big mad over that. She doesn't like it. People not giving her any attention.
Back if you confront her and only after going at her hard. And then she just changes her answer to whatever she thinks you want to hear. So Gypsy then, because Christy is so after money, apparently got very mad at Gypsy because she signed her PR agreement with Red Banyan. For whatever reason, Christy told me that Gypsy's Red Banyan contract, and this is coming from Christy, and allegedly, I don't know if this is true, she said she was paying Red Banyan $7,500 a month for this contract to help her with PR. On top of that, she said that she'd hired a manager. Her defense attorney, Mike Stanfield, yeah, he's her personal manager now. He's not her attorney anymore. He's managing her career. If that doesn't add a whole like level of weirdness into this, so even Mike, Mr. Attorney Man, is now her manager, which is.
Well, that's not unusual. I would not say having your lawyer as your manager would not be a bad thing, because if you're doing what they say, you should be, you at least know you've got protection. You're going to be. You can't get the joint link to work, Patricia. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I think Jay wants to donate some memberships, I think. But thank you for that, Jay. Look, there are quite a few lawyers that are people have their lawyers for managers. It doesn't hurt, because then, hey, isn't that then the same? Isn't that she's still going at it? But isn't that the same as 7M and with Shirley? She's a lawyer. And she's doing all the legal stuff. It's no different, right?
So freaking weird and disgusting, because why? So he's now profiting off of her fame. So again, he's the one that floated this Munchausen's by proxy idea. And now he's getting paid allegedly $5,000 a month from Gypsy to manage her career. Between the two contracts, she's out $12,500 a month. And that made Christy livid, because Gypsy apparently isn't making that much a month. She can't support that long term. She doesn't have the kind of income to support a PR company of that amount of money plus a manager of $5,000. It's like she just signed these contracts, according to Christy, didn't.
Yeah, no different to Shirley, whatever, doing the contracts. It's the same thing. Sometimes it's, and the other thing is, if, for example, Gypsy did get herself into trouble and he is her manager, he's best placed to be able to get her out of it because he knows what's going on. But that's assuming she tells him everything. I mean, that still puts in a lot of assumptions. But then why did she sign something without her manager's approval is my next question. Because she wouldn't. I would not have thought that she would be signing anything without the approval of her lawyer. And the PR company is supposed to be trying to earn her money. Correct. That's their job. A lot of what we're being told here, he might be the one, well, he might be taking the responsibility as well. Oh, thank you, Jay. Jay gifted 5 memberships. So I hope you've been able to get one. Has anyone been able to get them? Thank you, Jay.
Talk to her about it, and Christy was mad because of what? Money. And now where was Christy in court talking about money with Gypsy? Ryan and Christy have never had a lot of money. He works as a captain for a ship, and he is on offshore. They have a very modest house in Cutoff, Louisiana, which is a very small town. They have never had like a lot of anything. They're not by any means poor, but they're not wealthy. So this is a big opportunity for them to cash in. So I knew something was off in December because Gypsy was about to get out of prison, and it was explained to me that a new show was coming on. And obviously I wasn't privy to all of the details because they had contracts and NDAs. So a lot of stuff was kept under wraps. And when the show was coming out, Christy explained to me that Gypsy was going to have the show come out. She was going to write a book. She was going to have a bigger book coming out. And then she would have a second reality show coming out in the summer. And I was like, why are you doing all of this? How is this going to help her acclimate to the world? This seems excessive. How is this going to help her? And she said, well, allegedly, Melissa Moore, who was one of the executive producers of the show and who co-authored the book, allegedly told them that Gypsy needs to go get the bag. Go get the bag. Everyone else is profiting off your story. Go get the bag yourself. So I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, clearly everyone talks about the story. People are making money, but the difference is those people that are actually talking about the story didn't commit the crime. So there's no laws preventing those people from profiting, but Gypsy and her family profiting off this crime and going to get the bag and exploiting a death and then pushing a false narrative about what happened to make Gypsy the victim so they can make more money and then have her attorney basically be her manager now. It's just also disgusting. And so when people ask me what changed, it's like when you have been looking at a ticking time bomb about to explode and you have been pushing back and pushing back and pushing back and telling them, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. This is wrong. People aren't going to like this. I mean, all the things that you were feeling, I was telling them were going to happen, and it happened. And when I realized I can't defend this anymore, I can't even support it anymore. I couldn't even privately support it because privately it was so chaotic.
It is shining like a fog lamp, isn't it? I don't see the lawyer being her manager as a bad idea. I'd be more suspicious if Christy was the manager. Yeah, you have to have accept gifts turn on. I don't know where you get that from either. Because he's not a member of the family either. So, but if she's signing stuff without the manager's approval, then you've got problems. If she's not going to listen to the manager, then there's no point having a manager. Well, I mean, imagine being her manager, I guess. Hello, Badushia. Thank you for welcome to the membership.
It was so disgusting and toxic. There was no reason for me to be involved. And then as I started learning more and more about Gypsy's lies, I was like, this is so awful what you all are doing. So now my path forward, and some people are saying you're being obsessive. It's not about being obsessive. It's about reporting the truth about what friends are telling me, reporting the truth about the documents that I'm reading now, reporting the truth about the people.
And Jay gifted 5 memberships, another 5 memberships. So that's 10. Thank you, Jay. Wow. Thank you. She is a little bit butthurt. You are right. There's not 10 people. Oh, it says there's 23 people in here. So hopefully people have been gifted memberships. And that's the thing. I don't know whether she was telling the truth then or she's telling the truth now. I don't know what is truth. What is the truth?
that have others that have had experience with the Blanchards that have been similar to mine. And there's a lot of us that have had the exact same experience with them. And it's about reporting that to try to, in a way, expose this for what it is on a platform that I have, knowing the information that I have, to show people what this is. I was conned, the public is getting conned, and it's awful. So Gypsy and Christy are basically in a scheme to defraud all of you to believe something that's not true, even though they now know the truth about Gypsy's health.
Oh, look, there we go. She's sharing it. Nothing is true. Hello, Evie Hope. So now she's going to be, can she share her medical records? The chat is as green as KJ. Is she able to share her medical records? She was blinded by her, she was blinded, actually. She was probably more blind, or she was in denial because
they know the truth that she has the microdeletion. They found that out in January. They understand that some of her procedures were now necessary, and they're still running this con, right? They also, because this was her defense.
Oh, I know. Yes, my monetization got back. I only submitted it today, and I just, getting the email while I was live was pretty good. Well, I think you're right. It seems wrong to show someone's medical records.
Defense. She can't go back on her defense now, right? But they also have a network that they're trying to get in the bag. So Gypsy getting pregnant is to try to secure another season, which is what her friend said. She's pretty confident that's why Gypsy got pregnant, was because she wanted to stay on the show because it's another season. Gypsy said last night she didn't know if there was going to be another season, but frankly, if she had a contract, she wouldn't be able to tell you guys anyway. And they're not known to tell the truth. So watching this all play out it's been very horrifying. It's horrifying for a lot of people that have been conned by them. And it's horrifying once you realize the con and you realize that Gypsy's just continuing the con of what her mom did. And now she has a new con partner, Christy, and they are after money. Mike is after money.
Legally, maybe morally, that's another issue. Yeah. As I said, thank you, Jay. Yeah, I was a bit annoyed as well that they took my monetization away. But I just, as I said, I just had to do a video, did the video. I just told them that I thought it was highly unfair. I introduced myself. I said, I'm a law student. I said, and ironically, you're trying to tell me that I don't have original content, which means you're telling me that I'm stealing content, which is really quite ironic for a law student. But anyway, you don't have to have a kid to stay on a TV show. Well, see, that's the thing. Surely you would think that if they wanted it, they'd want to see how the divorce played out, wouldn't they? I would have thought so. But did they? They sued Fancy for showing medical records. Well, it could be interesting then. Well, she doesn't care if she gets sued. Remember, she has said she's an expert at case, and we can say that there is actually malice, because one of the things that she keeps saying with 7M is that they're public figures and they can't show malice. But we can now say we know that there is malice because she has been talking about it. She is getting vengeance. And it would seem Gypsy talked about a baby with Nick. So she's always, well, that's right. And it would seem that that's ultimately what got him over the line to help, because he thought she was pregnant. And now she's done it. She did it. She's doing it again with
everyone's after money. This isn't real. The story isn't real. And Gypsy behind the scenes is a chaotic mess, creating chaos in her family. People in her family are all fighting. When I said to Christy last week and a half ago, it's been a while. I said to her, Christy, if she has a baby and she puts him on social media, that's going to get her opened up to allegations. People are going to call CPS constantly. Her fitness as a mother is going to be questioned. Her exaggeration, like her mother, is going to be viewed very closely. And Gypsy is already exhibiting signs of exaggerating things, just like her mother. Like she has the What to Expect When You're Expecting books. She's reading and Googling every day about symptoms. She's diagnosing herself with things constantly, just like her mother did. And it's different to be excited about the birth, but she's going.
I read What to Expect When You're Expecting too, by the way. If Gypsy expressed her desire to be a mother with KJ, these remarks about her getting pregnant stay on the TV show are hurtful. They are hurt. Yeah, they are.
Down the same path as her mom, and
I seriously put some of the blame onto Ken as well, because if Rod had said don't get her pregnant, right, and then he's gone and allowed her, he's not used protection, then he is just as responsible as what she is, in my opinion. I think Gypsy is a way to trap a man, but that's the worst reason to have a child. Well, isn't that what she did, her mum did to Rod? I read all these books and had 3 kids with no MP, but the tea was fire. But whose? We don't know who the father is yet. What KJ is convinced with getting is that Ryan and Gypsy signed contracts, and it most likely will be for 2 seasons. Well, that's the thing. If there's, it's a.
Already talking about having, are my hormones levels okay? She's already being that kind of hypochondriac faker that she was before. And it's, you want to know about your body and what's going to happen to your body. But at the same time, she's got a history of malingering with her mother. And now she could potentially use her child to malinger and repeat the pattern. So I said, CPS is going to be involved. And Christy's like, oh, I have no doubt that CPS is going to be involved. So her stepmom is well aware that CPS is going to be involved. Her stepmom also is well aware that, or at least she told me, that she doesn't feel like Gypsy is ready to be a mom, capable of being a mom, doesn't believe Gypsy can take care of a child, doesn't think that Gypsy will be able to manage any of this, which is going to just leave the child with who? Ken? No, Ken's not. He's in this for fame too. The whole thing is just sick. And it's a sick miscarriage of justice. And I'm going to end this with this for my final drop of tea. The friend also mentioned to me, and this is alleged, take it for what it's worth, it's entertainment friends, that she was having a conversation with Gypsy about her own abuse and was talking about something that happened with her perpetrator and something that she had done to defend herself. And she said that out of nowhere, Gypsy just said, well, I didn't stay in the bathroom the whole time. I didn't stay in the bathroom the whole time. Gypsy said that she was cowering in a fetal position and she didn't leave the bathroom until Nick came to get her. Dee Dee's family said that was a lie. And Dee Dee's family believes that Gypsy was involved in the stabbing. Nick denied covering Gypsy's mom's body with a blanket or placing a stuffed animal by her head. And then Gypsy allegedly says to a friend, I wasn't in the bathroom the whole time. Gypsy got away with this and conned everyone, and it's disgusting. And she can't be retried for this. So the best anyone can do is try to spread the truth. What are your thoughts? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up.
Didn't she do a video yesterday where she said the exact same thing? Didn't we watch? Because I had to look and think, haven't I seen this one? Exclusive. Annoying means she loses her baby due to stress and people responded to CBS. Yes. So, see, will Gypsy be sued over his massive payday? I don't think we looked at this. Did we watch this one? I can't remember if we watched this one or not.
Katie Joy, spilled a bunch of tea.
Oh yeah.
And I don't like that lady, but she's one of Christie's minions for the longest, and she spilled some tea, and she got mad because Gypsy didn't want to have anything to do.
Was it that one? I can't remember. But he's yet to be born. We'll see and hear this utterly disgusting walk about their mother as if they are nothing. Correct. Well, and don't forget, one day Katie Joy's son will see and think what she says about other people's mothers too, and what she's said about him. So, it's So this is, you were just about to say that. So this is, somebody says, this feels like you have a vendetta. And if, as I said, for defamation of a public figure, you would have to show malice. And I think you would have your malice, by the way. Someone says, I think this feels like a vendetta against the family since your all's argument. You are now reporting consistently on Gypsy. Do you feel you lied to your audience by only sharing when you was upset? Gypsy lied to her and to everyone else. How is this Katie's responsibility? It seems more than that. Something is off, says somebody. This happened to me, but I wasn't dodging service. I was working. My ex deliberately had people go elsewhere. This sounds like some tricks are being played on Gypsy's side, not that Ryan is trying to not get divorced. They'll go to his apartment. I have all the service attempts, she says. Yeah, but what are the times that they're going to the service? If he's working, he's not going to get served, is he? Just because KJ didn't have a material instinct to be mother. Don't get a hold of it. It is rich that KJ's acting like Gypsy's moral compass when KJ has none. But there she says KJ's walking a fine line on defamation lawsuit. As much as I agree that Gypsy was more likely than involved than she admits. So it's all supposition. Correct. Yeah, well, that's right. It's all supposition. I think this girl is being used from all corners. Unfortunately, she doesn't appear to be aware. She's aware, and she's in on it, apparently. LLO, maybe she learnt from KJ and didn't. Maybe he learnt from KJ and didn't answer the door. Well, that's true too. If you have to be served in person, then you have to be served by. Often they'll do substitute. I mean, I don't know. Often usually if you don't get a service attempt after so much, they apply for substituted service where they can send it to you via registered mail or something. Weren't you working with his family? What went wrong? Old crusty and grifty, not what you expected? She says, maybe you should watch the video and listen. No need for the smart snark. Why did you block me on Instagram? I literally said, wow, on one of your stories because the photos were shocking. I'm not sure how that could have taken offensive to you. The one with the photos a week before her crime. I have been a subscriber for years. Never disrespectful and frequently supportive. Oh, no. If I knew I was getting served, I wouldn't answer my door unless my ducks were in a row. Yeah, it just seems really strange. And again, there's something off about all of that. There's just something off. And I find it very surprising that the court would have just allowed it to happen without seeking substituted service. KJ ran the store online that were controlling and abusive. Now she's wanting to be friends with him. Well, that's right. She did. She did. She did. Talking about Miranda and James, I have to tell you, I saw a really cool video. Where was it? Oh, this one. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, well, she can't backpedal now. Let's talk about, here we go. Look at this one. Oh, I need to probably put it on pause because I'm going to get done from this. This isn't KJ's first rodeo on the smear campaign. She's done this battle with others. Just how many lawsuits does she have? She's only got the few of them. Someone says, "Where's Reno? Where's Reno?" Master says, "Keep making him money." They do look like they're having fun. You're getting paid to clean Mr. Shin's house for him. Whose house is this? I've seen 1,000 houses. They are great dancers, aren't they, short order? She's had 4 or something, hasn't she?
Blur, 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 blur. I wanted to do something funky and fresh. Just got my nails done.
Yeah. Oh, this one. Oh, yeah, this was. Someone's putting, "Where's Reno? Do you go out? Do you get to pick their outfit? Miranda, what are those jeans you know? I'd love to be that thin." So this was, I think,
man and a cow. Don't waste it. Just get.
someone says, "Who came here after watching the documentary?" Currently watching it. She isn't seeing these comments. I don't believe she does. She does see them, but she doesn't reply to vicious people who are cruel and try to get a rise out of her. She's better than that and has class. I hope they're not coming back now. There we go. So yes, it's very interesting. And I saw one with oh, look at this. Don't tell me they're out in nature. Look at this. No, Lake Tahoe. Is it Tahoe? Now, I saw one with no, you're right. Oh yes, Slovak. I've seen he's got some new ones out too. He's been at the airport. Look. I mean, to be honest with you, Peter, I don't think I'd want to see a picture of Katie Joy in a bathing suit or a bikini. So yeah, so he's still so they're still posting, they're still living their life, they still look like there's a crump session there. They still look like they're having a lot of fun. 90s freestyle jitsu. You know, so yeah. But Miranda and James do look very happy. But Miss Balls was saying that she was in Miranda Derrick's chat and people thought she was in 7M. Well, maybe she did. Maybe she did. I don't know. I mean, we can only hope, because she's been very quiet, completely quiet, like as if everything's disappeared. Well, there was a 30-day extension, and maybe we're getting close to that 30-day. Nearly been 2 years, by the way. There's still nothing in the file. There's no dates or anything, so there's no new charges. So yeah, there's nothing here other than the last thing was about the extension. So I don't know. Oh yeah. What could you possibly have to say about a couple making dance videos? I don't know her. But well, apparently they're in a cult. Look at this. Show and tell makeup edition. My favorite makeup. Share my favorite makeup brands. She's got a tattoo on her back. Oh yeah, we saw that one. Oh, let's have a look. Well, I don't think this is going to work, is it? It's funny, comments are turned off. See that? Comments are turned off. She's got comments turned off. KJ does that too when she doesn't want comments. She doesn't have comments up for a lot of them. Comments are turned off. That's the same. Look, doesn't look like it's the same person, does it? Oh yeah, that was hearing the heartbeat. That was funny. So, hi Gracie Lee.
How has reentry been?
Reentry's been a whirlwind for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are living at a residence and they're pressuring us to put me on the lease.
What if? Well, she said here. I don't know when she got the back piece. She said, "Thank you to Bobby Peter at Sailor Bob's Tattoo. Disclosure: the tattoos were done before pregnancy, but that still doesn't tell us when they were done. We still don't know when they were done, though, do we?" Well, that's right. She's had her hair done and everything too. But see, she's got all her comments turned off. Let's see what Ryan's got on his just before. I'm not going to be on much longer. I've got to work tomorrow. Today was my my day. He's got 600. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look.
Hey guys, just sitting around and got a couple random thoughts. I did my first live today and it was cool. I enjoyed that. But that being said, guys, it's very difficult for me
Oh, this is
to stay
This
respectful.
was the 27th of the 6th. So this was just after it all. That was just after all of that happened, didn't it? Random thought. It says he's a sped teacher and picks his dad. Fridge tour. This is the latest. I don't know which order these are in.
Hey guys, it's me, Ryan. Just wanted to say a couple things. I'm sitting around watching some NBA basketball. Got my Hakeem Olajuwon
That's
jersey.
May. When did yeah, that was June.
Hey guys, I just want to say, hey, I'm just getting home from work, so Pixie's all excited to see me, going nuts for me.
That was May. So yeah, this looks like this was the most recent one that wasn't a live.
Hey guys, just sitting around and got a couple random thoughts. I did my first live today and it was cool. I enjoyed that. But that being said, guys, it's very difficult for me to stay respectful. Okay. I'm getting to the point where I'm about to not be respectful.
Oh, people have got it. Oh. She can't fit into her clothes anymore.
And well, this is Ken's closet, but I do have a couple of outfits whenever I sleep over and I spend a couple of days here. So I'm just kind of organizing, getting stuff ready. I bought new stuff at Target, which Target carries.
11 tarot.
Target, which Target carries. Got some pregnancy jeans because I'm starting not to be able to fit my normal jeans, and so I kind of cleared out already, like all of the old jeans and stuff that I had, and I had like cute booty shorts and stuff like that I don't fit anymore.
Really?
I really like these that are from Target. They have the stretchy sides. So it doesn't have like that flap that goes over your belly, but it does have the stretchier sides to it. So this is all of my jeans are right here. And
someone says, tell her PO she's living somewhere else. Call this girl's PO. I know she hasn't been home. Couple of outfits, half the closet, clearly. Hello, well, welcome. So if she is just 3 months now, how she knew she was having a girl a month ago, someone says. So someone saying, well, maternity clothes was comfy, you know, whatever. Where's Ken's stuff? Someone else said.
How is my fridge?
How is the fridge?
All right, let's go on a fridge tour.
We're gonna go on a fridge
Let's
tour.
go on a fridge tour.
All right, we're not going on a fridge tour. No.
All right, come on, guys.
Right.
Let's do a fridge
That
tour.
is pretty disrespectful to Ryan, in my opinion. She's not just using excuse to eat and everything she wants. I was nothing but belly and still fit in my jeans and hip huggers, low rise with my best friends. Yeah, not sure why they're even having the party. I was 20, I think I was about 20 odd weeks with my first that I started wearing maternity clothes. Oh, by the way, you know how we were talking about the gender debate last night? Well, one of the I'm just reading this. Australia has hang on, what was it? In the dramatic scenes at Paris Olympics, Italian fighter Angelina Carnini, two-time world champion, has abandoned the bout against controversial boxer, Algerian boxer Emain Khalif just after 40 seconds. Khalif was the boxer who failed a sex test at last year's World Championships, but was allowed to compete. Let's just pull that up. So the woman, so she's refused. Here we go. Where is it? So she abandoned the round of 16 in the 66 kilo division after copying a right heavy hand to the chin. She was not knocked down, but after copying the blow, she shook her head and walked back to a corner where she told her trainer to end the fight. After it was waved off, she spoke in an animated fashion before snubbing a handshake. I have never been hit so hard in my life. It's up to the IOC to judge. The official result came 46-second bout. Before the fight, Algeria's Olympic Committee condemned the unethical attacks after she failed the gender eligibility test. And Taiwan's Li, who fights on Friday, were disqualified from the World Championships last year, but later deemed to be eligible to box in the women's competition in Paris. Both boxed in the women's event at Tokyo 3 years ago. Algeria's Olympic Committee denounces in the strongest terms the malicious and unethical attacks directed at our distinguished athlete by certain foreign media. That's the fighter there. The IOC website for accredited media in Paris said the 25-year-old was disqualified after elevated levels of testosterone failed to meet eligibility criteria. The International Olympic Committee is running the boxing in the French capital because of the governance. So, Australia's Caitlin Parker is in the 75 kilo class, so will not face Khalif Ali, but she's made her stance clear about them. I don't agree with that being allowed, especially in combat sports, as it's extremely dangerous. The IOC said everyone competing in the women's category is complying with the rules. They are women on the passports, and it's stated that they're female. So there you go. She got hit, and she was the world champion. She probably was the gold medal champion. So there you go. That's really sad, actually. All right, so we'll go back to this again. But yeah, this is so we're talking about that last night. Said someone was going to get hurt. So Hello Starlight has got quite a few videos, I believe. Oh yeah. Oh no. Is it her fridge or Ken's fridge? Yeah, I believe somebody will short order. I mean, for her to say she's never been hit so hard in her life. It obviously scared her. Oh, sorry. All right. Sorry about that. That's right. You haven't missed anything. Let's try that. Sometimes I forget that I've.
Muffins. Yeah, so we have a pretty nice, clean looking fridge. Like, despite what everybody thinks, I didn't get mad at Ryan. We didn't have an argument about this stupid fridge.
Really? Didn't have an argument about the stupid fridge, right? Oh, what's this one?
Smoothie right now. All right. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so fetch. I love it.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
And I didn't realize that was that. I haven't seen these videos before. That's Little Miss Lithium or something. Oh dear me. I haven't seen that one before. Just when I got my monetization back, eh?
Oh no, I hope I don't fall.
I'll have the shortest remonetization, eh? Oh, that's the oh dear. Oh no. I was just looking at Gyp's Instagram. Look at this. What's she trying to do? And here we have Desiree, and she can be yours for the night.
Yeah.
She has a lot. Oh dear.
There it is.
Well, that's right. If Ken's landlord is begging him to put her on the lace. Very interesting, isn't it? I realised how I could stop it. Now, did you see how she talks about her mum and dad and going back to the house? That is, again, completely different to, and she called her mum and dad, not stepmum and dad. Well, remember, Ryan had a job and Ken's got no job. So essentially, they're both deadbeats. And it's different with Ken, if not more public. Yeah, she seems to be very, so she just watches, sounds like her stepmother doesn't do much either. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Well, and don't forget, Ken is just changing history. And ain't no introverts. I know hooking up with randos from BDSM site. I obviously, yeah, free ponies. He's like a free pony. What? What does that mean? You're two lost people. That doesn't mean that you're made for each other or suited for each other.
So we're just very two free-spirited people as a partner. Whenever it comes.
Well, doesn't sound like a good setup for a relationship, does it?
Moment.
What? He counts that part of her that My Little Pony. Oh, My Little Pony, My Little. I won't look at My Little Ponies the same way again. Maybe My Little Pony needs to bring out a Jip and Ken pony. I thought Nick was your first love. Your first love's your first love, irrespective of who it is. You can't just say, I think this guy was better, so he's my first love. Your first love's your first love. So, oh no.
Honesty. It was actually based on a connection that two people has for each other. And it wasn't something that I.
Grace Lily says, I couldn't keep up either. I'm a regular old semi-attractive, working hard, but I can't get even one ugly man to be with me. Ken is her new Dan. There you go.
I think I would describe the Gypsy Rose that.
There you go. That was something she did for people, obviously. There you go. So on that note, I'm going to love you all and leave you all. Thank you for joining me. So I got my monetization back while live. You were all here when it all happened. Obviously, my little video worked. When I said to them, it makes no sense. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jay, for those gifted memberships. Welcome, Jay and Badishia, for becoming a member. I'm hoping to get on tomorrow night. I don't know when I'll next be on. I've got a few more podcasts to do over the weekend, and I know. Let's see how long. Let's see how long I can keep it for. I did actually. I did. Oh, it says. Oh, apparently I didn't have. I haven't put on all my monetization. I didn't put all my monetization. I haven't put all the features on yet. I haven't turned them all on yet. So you forget when you haven't done it. It was only like a few days. So anyway, but the good news is that all the money that I had sitting there, I know I'm rich, right? Yeah. All the money I had sitting there is now available. So, which is good. Which means I'll get my payday again. I did point that out to them as well. So, yeah. So that's cool. All right. So thank you very much for joining me. And as I said, I'll catch you again next time. Maybe tomorrow. I have filmed a couple of videos I've got to put up. I got my bag. I know I got my bag. What a horrible saying. I have to tell you, that's not what I'm thinking when I hear about you've got your bag, by the way. All right, I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.